Imagine waking up to the sound of rain. Only, it's not rain. It's the ocean. At first, the waves seem distant, a low, endless murmur echoing through the city. But within hours, the horizon vanishes. The sea has come to your doorstep, and no one, not the scientists, not the governments, not even the most daring climate models, saw it coming. Overnight, every glacier, every ice sheet, every frozen mountain peak on Earth has melted. Antarctica, Greenland, the Arctic, gone. The world has just changed, forever. The sun rises over a different planet. The air is thick with moisture, heavy like a fever. The sky, once blue, now shimmers with a pale orange haze. Water vapor reflecting sunlight in strange ways. In the first hours, people think it's a glitch. Some massive flood, some storm surge gone wrong. But then come the images. Satellite feeds show the new map of Earth. The coastlines have disappeared. New York City is gone. London is half submerged. Shanghai, erased. From space, the continents look swollen, their outlines blurred where oceans have swallowed the land. The sea level has risen by more than 65 meters. Entire countries have vanished beneath the waves. Bangladesh, the Netherlands, most of Florida, gone. Billions are displaced in a single night. Civilization stands on the edge of panic. By midday, scientists confirm what everyone already knows. The ice caps are gone. All 26.5 million cubic kilometers of frozen water have melted into the sea. The Earth's rotation stutters slightly, adjusting to its new weight. Ocean currents shift, driven by the sudden flood of fresh water. The North Atlantic Current, the engine of Europe's mild climate, collapses within hours. Temperatures spiral into chaos. Northern Europe plunges into a sudden unnatural chill, while the tropics scorch under heat never before recorded. But that's not the worst part. As the permafrost melts, it releases something ancient. Methane, millions of tons of it, once trapped for millennia beneath the frozen ground, now bubbles into the atmosphere. A greenhouse gas dozens of times more potent than carbon dioxide. The planet begins to heat faster than ever. The world becomes a landscape of refugees. 3 billion people live within 100 kilometers of a coast. And now, that coast is gone. Cities become islands. Islands become reefs. In Asia, the great deltas, the Ganges, the Mekong, the Yangtze, are gone. Their rice fields drowned beneath salt water. In the Americas, the Amazon basin floods inward, creating an inland sea the size of Europe. Governments try to act. Borders crumble. Naval ships turn into rescue fleets, ferrying millions from what used to be cities. The air smells of salt, rot, and diesel. Inland, the migration continues. High ground becomes priceless. The great mountain cities, Denver, Bogota, Addis Ababa, become crowded sanctuaries. But even they are not safe. The weather is unrecognizable. Torrents of rain, months of drought, and storms that form over newly warmed oceans tear through the atmosphere. The melting has triggered a cascade. The feedback loops of climate gone wild. It's not just the land that's changed, it's the oceans themselves. The sudden flood of fresh water dilutes the salinity of the seas, disrupting the ecosystems that depend on delicate chemical balance. Coral reefs already weakened, bleach completely. Plankton populations collapse. The food web falters. Fish vanish from coasts, forcing entire industries to disappear overnight. Whales, dolphins, seals, lost without their feeding grounds. Even deep-sea creatures used to the slow rhythms of millennia cannot adapt to the shock. And as the world drowns, new coastlines form. The Himalayas reflect in a vast inland sea that stretches from northern India to Tibet. Africa's deserts bloom with temporary lakes, while the Sahara's dry sands are carved into new channels by rain that hasn't fallen in centuries. The world becomes more blue than green, but it's not the blue of beauty, it's the blue of loss. In laboratories and bunkers, scientists race to understand the unthinkable. They calculate that if all the ice on Earth melted overnight, the ocean would rise by roughly 66 meters, enough to drown every coastal city ever built. Antarctica alone holds about 90% of the planet's ice, and its meltwater would raise sea levels by nearly 58 meters. Greenland would add another 7. The temperature required to melt that much ice in one night? Unimaginable. The energy needed would exceed all the sunlight Earth receives in a century. But in this world, the impossible has happened. Perhaps a runaway greenhouse effect, perhaps a cosmic event, perhaps something even stranger, a planetary phase shift, where energy from deep within Earth has forced the change. No one knows, but everyone feels it. Years pass, the map of the world is redrawn, not by politics but by physics. New nations rise on mountain ridges and plateaus. The Andes, the Alps, the Rockies become crowded skylines. Humanity has moved upward. Technology shifts from expansion to survival. Floating cities dot the new seas, powered by solar and wave energy. Underwater drones map drowned civilizations, the skeletons of skyscrapers, the ghostly highways, the drowned museums. Children learn geography from maps their grandparents wouldn't recognize. The stories of before sound like myths, and yet in the chaos, nature begins to adapt. New ecosystems form along the new coasts. Mangroves spread into former deserts, tropical fish explore flooded forests. Life, as always, finds a way. But the planet is still out of balance. With so much water vapor in the atmosphere, storms have become colossal. Thunderheads climb 25 kilometers into the sky. Lightning strikes are constant, igniting the forests that survived the floods. The greenhouse effect intensifies. Average global temperatures rise by 6 degrees Celsius, pushing Earth close to the tipping point of habitability. Deserts expand across continents, even as oceans flood them from the sides. The Arctic, now an open sea, absorbs sunlight instead of reflecting it, accelerating the heat. Humanity is trapped between water and fire. In the few surviving archives, scientists keep a memory of what once was, the frozen past of Earth. Samples of ancient ice cores, sealed away before the disaster, reveal the stories of climates long gone. Tiny air bubbles tell of atmospheres thousands of years old. Inside them, the Earth remembers its balance, its cycles, its warnings. But now that memory is gone. The planet's thermostat, its ice, has been destroyed. Without it, the Earth cannot regulate its temperature. The poles, once the planet's mirrors, no longer reflect sunlight. The heat stays trapped. The cryosphere, the frozen skin of the world, then is gone. And with it, the stability of the last 10,000 years. Centuries pass. Humanity has changed beyond recognition. The survivors are descendants of mountain dwellers, ocean nomads, and the few who managed to preserve technology through the chaos. The world is now a vast archipelago, a planet of islands and shallow seas. Climate stabilizes slowly at a higher temperature. The ice never returns. The poles remain oceans. Evolution accelerates. Humans grow leaner, more heat-tolerant. Agriculture shifts to the highlands. Civilization continues, smaller, slower, wiser, and somewhere, deep beneath the waves where cities once stood, coral reefs grow on the skeletons of towers. Fish swim through broken windows. The ruins of the old world become the reefs of the new. What if all the ice on Earth melted overnight? It's more than a question of science. It's a glimpse into fragility, a reminder of how thin the line is between balance and collapse. Because in truth, the ice is melting, not overnight but day by day. And every glacier, every iceberg, every frozen lake we lose brings us one step closer to that imagined world. A world not of blue skies and clean oceans, but of chaos, displacement, and irreversible change. The future is not written yet, but the story of the ice and the warning it carries has already begun. If you want to explore more worlds like this with me, don't forget to subscribe.